Hey you guys, so doing this tutorial, just woke up not too long ago, but I really wanted to show you guys this Give Me Liberty of London look that I came up with. Well, it's like loosely based off of a lot of the colors in the collection, but as far as what I'm using, I'm only using one color, and that's like the main focus. And that color, which is my absolute favorite eyeshadow from the entire collection, is called Birds and Berries. Now look at that and tell me that that's not the most gorgeous blue color you've ever seen in your life. It's so pretty. So this whole look is, kind of based off of that color. So what we're going to do, what I've already done, which is what I always do, I went ahead and primed my whole eye using MAC's Studio Finish Concealer. I have a shade lighter in my brow bone, and that's in W40. I'm going to take Delft Paintpot, and I'm just going to get a little bit on my finger and just apply that right on the immediate eyelid area. And a little bit goes a long way. You really don't need much, but what you do use, you just need to make sure you smooth it out. So now we have that paint pot applied. Next I'm going to take another eyeliner. This is called Indigo by MAC. It's just a dark blue kohl liner. I think this is a PowerPoint. Whatever. But anyways, I'm going to take that, and on the outer corner of the eye, I'm just going to draw that on. And I'm using this as a base for the outer corner color I'm using. So it's not going to look perfect, obviously, you guys, but that's okay. I'm just kind of drawing a sidewards V. And I wanted a matte base because I like to use matte base to pick up matte colors. And since we're using a matte outer corner color there, that's why I'm using this liner. I'm also going to take a little bit of that indigo along the bottom of my lash line. I'm going to stop about right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take Plumage by MAC, and I'm going to take my pencil brush, the 219, and I'm just going to dig that into the shadow and apply this on that outer corner area. Basically what we're doing is we're just packing it on with the pencil brush. Doesn't have to be neat, but you want to keep it at least within that outer corner area. You don't want it to be all the way up here, you know what I mean? Now take your blending brush of choice. For me, that is the 222, and just blend that out. So I'm going to take like any jewel colored, like purple color, and this is Hepcat by MAC, and I'm going to take my 224 brush and just really dig that on the tip. I'm also going, this color doesn't really pick up well on the 224, so I also took Passionate by MAC and blended that on there. And in the crease, along the edges of where we apply that blue, but still within the limits of your crease, you're going to apply this color. And I'm really blending it all the way from outer to inner corner. Hepcat's kind of a tricky color to work with, so that's why I added a little Passionate. Next, I'm going to take Fuchsia Pigment by MAC, And I'm going to apply that on my 224 brush, just like that. And I'm going to apply that color directly into my crease on top of those two colors I applied. A little bit of that pigment goes a long way, guys, because it's really, really bright. For my brow bone highlight, I'm going to be using Vex by MAC. And I'm just going to take my 252 and just ever so lightly fleck that in my brow bone. I'm going to go back with my 224, and where those two pink and the white meet, just blend them out. Okay, now for the fun part. Oh, you know what? While we're still working with Fuchsia, take whatever brush that you use for your bottom lash line, take a little bit of that Fuchsia Pigment and apply this to the inner bottom corner. Just like that. Just a little bit. Okay? Next, take Birds and Berries eyeshadow from the collection. That'll be this one here. And I'm gonna use my 252 brush again. And I'm going to apply this color on the lid. Ignoring that outer corner. I'm just blending it out. And it's so pretty. Now to bump this up, I took Teal pigment. And it's like, they're like the exact same colors. And I applied some Teal pigment directly on top. And it just made it so much more vibrant, so pretty. I'm using a lot of pigments in this look. And we're going to go back with that teal, so hang on to that, okay? I'm taking Kitschmas Pigment by MAC in my pencil brush. And I'm going to spray this one with Fix Plus. Just using a tiny, tiny bit. And I'm applying this on the inner corner of my eye. Just like that. Okay, now back to that teal. I'm going to take Minted Eye Kohl. Here's Minted. It's just like an emerald jewel green. And with that, I'm going to line my waterline. Okay, to set it, I'm using Teal pigment. And I'm just going to take my 212 brush. And directly on top of where I applied that kohl liner, I'm just going to patch it in. Really, really gently and lightly because, you know, this is loose. So you don't want to get that in your eye. And tap off excess as much as you can. Then the final steps for this would be to line your top lash line with your liner of choice. I'm going to be using MAC's Fluid Line. And for the purposes of work, I actually wore lashes with this look. I wore number 6 lashes by MAC. And I just put on just a little bit of zoom lash on my own lashes just so that they look natural. But that's pretty much a completed look, you guys. Oh, you know what? I forgot something. I actually took black tide eyeshadow and my 212 brush, and on the outer corner I just blended a little bit of that in. Just a little bit of black tide just to kind of smoke the look out a little bit more, make it look a little bit more drastic. I mean, not drastic, but like darker, edgier. Just a teeny bit of black tide. Okay guys, that's pretty much it. Add mascara, lashes if you please, and that's pretty much it. Bye guys.